So what we've done is we decided that we were going to do an electoral update or an election update in the Electoral College because there's a lot of discussion, obviously, about the Electoral College. 2016, Trump did not win the popular vote, but he won the Electoral College. And so when it happens, of course, then it raises up.
Yeah.
So which would you rather do? You want to do election update or
let's do an election update first and then talk about the college. And I think the reason is because a lot of people have questions as to how that works. Why did Trump lose the popular vote, which I think the same thing happened to President Bush.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
Bush lost the popular by like 500,000 votes.
Right. And he won the Electoral College. And we'll tell you how that works and why it's important to have that as a safeguard in the Constitution. What the Democrats are trying to get rid of is going to hurt them in the end.
No.
It will hurt them. Trust me. It'll hurt you. If you try to upend something like that, it's going to hurt you in the end. You know what? And it's for temporal gain that you're looking for. Listen to me.
Which happens every time. Notice every time
Gun
it's always
control.
short-term, quick wins that they're trying to get, and it always backfires on them, and then they complain and whine about it a couple years down the road when it backfires on them.
Right.
But anyways,
let's move on.
Let's do it. Let's get into the election updates. So at this point,
as of February 19th,
right now, so we're looking at the primaries. Right now, what we've got is Bernie Sanders. He's at 24% on the national polling average.
This is according to the New York Times, by the way.
Yep.
Because we're not against sources. We're not like trying to pick the conservative ones, right?
Yeah, exactly. And who knows Democrats better than the New York Times, right?
Bingo.
Boom. He's got 21 pledged delegates. Biden right now is at about 23% polling average.
Which he dropped.
He's dropping. He's got 6 pledged delegates. And then Warren is 14% polling average. She's got 8 pledged delegates. And then Bloomberg stuff hasn't really.
Scales.
Yeah, he hasn't come in yet. He's really buying his way into this whole thing.
Dude, he's throwing his own cash. I mean, you can respect that part, but
you know what? It's
all money, though,
dude. It is going to crack me up if he gets the nomination. And all of a sudden, all these people who have been talking against millionaires and billionaires for the past 4 years.
Your dude just bought an election.
Yeah, how Trump is this billionaire businessman. And, oh, wait, your candidate's a billionaire businessman. Go figure.
But shouldn't you say that to them? That's hypocrisy?
Oh, it's
dude,
totally,
seriously.
Yeah.
You're willing to have this dude run just because he's against Trump. You know his past record. He said some crazy things about women, I believe.
Yeah.
Some different things.
Racist stuff.
And you're willing to prop him up because he's going to put his own money in. So you're literally letting him buy an election.
He really is right now trying to buy his spot.
That's hypocrisy, dude. It's hypocrisy. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
So then we got Buttigieg, and when Massey and I were talking before we started, we were talking about it's coming down. It seems like, and a lot of news coverage is coming down to Buttigieg and Sanders. And I think there's an important reason for that. And he and I actually disagree a little bit on this, which it'll make good fodder for this. But right now, Buttigieg is at about 9% national polling average, but he has 22 pledged delegates, which is actually more than Sanders at the moment. If you look at individual contributions, Buttigieg comes in second with 76.2 million, while Sanders is first with 95.9 million. That blows my mind.
It does.
By the way, that number, like, Sanders has almost pulled in $100 million worth of contributions.
He's against millionaires and billionaires.
Unless they pay.
So here, but just look at the order of this for a minute, could we? Shall we?
Yeah.
You notice how it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yep.
Look where they buried Buttigieg or whatever his name is, Buttigieg. Whatever his name?
Buttigieg,
that's right. I keep screwing up his name. No matter how guys, I've said his name wrong since he started this whole thing. So it's not that I don't know about him. I just always say his name wrong.
Crowder calls him Buttigieg or Buttgig. Buttgig. It's like, oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. That's
not right. So Buttigieg.
But if you were to see this, if you guys could see this, maybe you could put an image up.
Yeah.
They have these guys lined up, and Elizabeth Warren is somehow above Pete Buttigieg or whatever his name is.
Buttigieg.
Yeah, that guy. And then Bloomberg's above him, and he's not even scaling right now.
Yeah.
But the national polling average gives Buttigieg nothing.
Yeah, he's 9%.
Literally. But he's number 3 on weekly news coverage.
Yeah.
And so we're looking at his numbers. He's second in fundraising right now on these guys, and he's still listed number 5, but he's listed number 3 in media coverage, right? Biden, he's above Elizabeth Warren, and she's still relevant somehow. Yeah. Something's going on. She ain't got the money he does.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's a good point, is this weekly news coverage. they're shaping this. They really
Totally.
are. Obviously, Biden's going to be one of the top ones that's covered because Biden's a holdover from Obama. This is not conspiracy theory. This is just true. A lot of the media were just Obama lovers. They loved that administration.
How could he was a good talker. I mean, he's a nice guy,
elegant guy, and
nothing wrong with
charismatic,
it. Yeah.
smooth. Yeah, and
Dude, I would have sat down with him and talked with him. I would have.
Yeah, and probably would have gotten into a lot of disagreement with him. But
Probably, and he probably would have welcomed it.
yeah, but Biden was a part of that administration. So now you've got all the new news media coverage going, well, Biden's our guy because he's establishment. He's an Obama holdover. He's
87.
supposedly, like supposedly sane, although he seems to be slipping into senility. Allegedly, I have
Straight
to say
up.
that because otherwise we'll get sued somehow.
Somehow.
Right? So Biden's slipping. Obviously, everybody's watching these gaffes, but the news media is still propping this guy up when really Sanders is the name on everybody's lips as far as the Democrats. And Massey and I were discussing, is Buttigieg really a viable candidate? Is he a threat to Sanders' nomination?
My whole take on that whole thing is this. I believe if Sanders wins and continues to win, Buttigieg will have his people pledged to him. That's what I believe. He won't continue to fight because they're trying to present a united front against Trump.
Yeah.
So no matter what, even if Sanders continues to poll the way he's polling, they're gonna concede to him because they just want to defeat Trump. That's what they want to do.
And my stance on this is that with Buttigieg, I think he looks moderate enough to the masses that the Democrat establishment will probably get behind him. What I kind of foresee happening is what happened to Sanders in 2016. They already tried to do it in Iowa. You know, it's like
refresh my memory on that. I didn't read a lot about it.
Iowa was just a cluster in all of it. So I guess I can't say that they were just going for Sanders, but it was a cluster, man.
But he was the effect of it.
Yeah, and you notice this resistance to Sanders for most of the media and most of the Democrat establishment. Why? I think because he's pure socialist, and they know it's not palatable for a lot of people. Now, that being said, I think socialism is a lot more palatable for the American public now than it was 10 years ago.
For the young,
yeah, absolutely.
I think 30 and under.